Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to this week's 10-minute video. This week what we are doing is taking the white wines that we learned that are on our menu last week and pairing those with some of the dishes that are on our actual menu here at Zocalo. Don't forget that this week is the week of the Mexicali dinner. Definitely need a little bit more help from some volunteers from you guys, so it'd be awesome to get you guys out at Morgan Creek Golf Club out in Roseville at 4 o'clock. If you are interested, go ahead and let know the general manager in Midtown. So anyways, let's go ahead and get going. Something you guys should kind of know before we get into the wines and the pairings is there's a few elements that we're really looking for here when we taste wine and we pair wine with food. Some things to think about are fattiness, acidity, which is huge, especially in our food with all the limes and things that we have going on, saltiness, sweetness, bitterness, and then texture. One major rule is this, sometimes there are no rules. So never feel uncomfortable giving your opinion or telling people what you think because of experience. So if there's a dish that you like and a glass of wine that you like, or even when you're just eating at home, eat it or drink it, because at the end of the day, sorry, I'm reading the text, because at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. And then lastly, as a service staff, remember that we're trying to build confidence in our clientele and really show them that we know what we're talking about. So don't guess. If you do not know what pairs well, don't just guess because you kind of think that it could go well or you've heard so. Really know what you're talking about, and that's definitely what this video is all about. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we did is there was a couple of us in Midtown who literally took about 10 dishes and all 5 of our wines on the white wine side, and we just started tasting and we compared notes. And that's exactly what we were looking for. We're looking for any balances, what helped the wine, what helped the food, and take it to that next level. So when we did our tastings, we kind of chose a handful of dishes. We didn't want to go through all dishes that were on the menu. Some we just flat out knew weren't going to work. But the dishes that we did try for this experiment were these: our guacamole, our flautas, which I came out of this tasting saying, this is probably one of the best dishes that we have on the menu. The servers that were in our group were saying, people sometimes shy away with it because it's not your typical chicken. I don't care. It was just an incredible dish. Just the dish by itself, with the sweetness of the butternut squash, with the spiciness of the salsa, and just the creaminess even that the sour cream brought, was just absolutely awesome. But anyways, empanadas, all 3 of our salads, the fundido, which you can also call the cazuela, our carnitas, which was interesting because of its fattiness, cochinita, and fish tacos. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our Montevina. So it's our lightest wine, less full body, a lot more crisp, a little sweetness to it as well. You can read up on some of the notes that they have on their website for their wine. The dishes that we decided went well with those was our guacamole, Tejano salad, and our ceviche. So, for example, in the description of Montevina, one of the things that they talk about is ripe pears and peaches. Well, that kind of works perfectly with something like a ceviche because of the acidity and the amount of lime juice that's in that dish. The next one we're going to go ahead and talk about is the Bogo Sauvignon Blanc. You can read some of its tasting notes here. And this is, I said it last week, but this is my go-to drinking wine. I love this wine. I love the acidity of it, and it's just kind of my palate is very acidic. It goes with quite a few of the dishes that we tried. Guacamole, ceviche, flautas, all 3 of our salads, which is a very, very hard thing to do because dressings can be very hard to pair, as well as our cochinita. And what we found with the cochinita is it really paired well with the sides. So the pickled red onion and the habanero salsa also gave in to having a great bite with a great pairing of wine. The next wine that we have on the list here is the Bogo Chardonnay. Some of its tasting notes are as follows. And only a couple hits here. We had really what we saw that it accentuated the guacamole as well as the manzana salad. Not that it's not a good wine. Actually, we appreciated its flavor on its own. We just didn't feel that any of the dishes that we tasted it with matched the requirements to call it a good pairing. The next wine, the Sterling Chardonnay, no joke and no lie, we all kind of walked out of it saying, why is this wine on our list? Really, the reason the wine's on the list is that we know that people know Sterling, they know Chardonnay, and they know those things that make them feel comfortable ordering that on a menu. But as we kind of got down on this, we really are second guessing even having it on the list. It did pair the flauta, and it did pair with the carnitas just to kind of cut through some of that the fattiness there. But other than that, we were very underwhelmed with this wine, and it's definitely a target for us in the next few months here at the restaurant and what we're doing on the back end. The final wine that we're going to talk about is the Chateau Saint Michel. You will definitely see that it's the more expensive wine on our white wine list. But I tell you what, I'm not a Chardonnay drinker. I was blown away. So here you can see that it goes with our guacamole, ceviche, all three of our salads, the flautas, the fundidos / cazuela, our fish taco, as well as the cochinita, all worked very well with this wine, and it was great to see that it had that effect on our menu. And to go ahead and finish off, I just want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here in these videos. We're trying to make them as informational as possible. The next couple weeks, we're going to be doing the same exact thing with our red wines, which is just really, if you think about it, is a great time to be doing this because Valentine's is going to be the following Saturday that you guys are watching this video. So be prepared for that mentally. It's a big day, $120 a couple. It's the first time we've ever gone over $100. We definitely feel like we're worth it. The experience that you guys bring to the table is really what's gonna make the difference. And because of that, we feel confident enough to charge that amount of money, knowing that we have you guys providing the service they're looking for. So anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning with us.